Baseball Dreams, written by Melissa Blizzard. Noah was sitting at his desk simply minding his own business, when his classmate at a desk positioned behind him tapped him with the eraser part of his pencil. "Shush, you better pay attention to the teacher. Please don't get us in trouble again," the boy whispered. Noah looked down at his collection of blank, wide-ruled pages of notebook paper. True, some of the margins contained doodles which he had drawn while the teacher was busy speaking to the class. However, it was only because the teacher spoke so quickly that he could no longer focus on the meaning behind her words. A girl with short blonde hair at a desk across the room glared at them in warning and held one finger up to her lips before whispering, "Shh." Noah blushed. The boy behind Noah simply rolled his eyes at the girl before continuing to write down more notes on his notebook paper. Noah once again tried to make sense of what his teacher was discussing. Recently he had noticed that at the end of each school day, after he arrived home, none of the information he had recorded during the day made any sense. The material that he found within the pages of his textbooks seemed to make even less sense. Noah stared out the window at a tall tree on the school's lawn. There was a small squirrel climbing up onto the branches of the tree. Noah started to smile, then came to a sudden realization that his smiling might offend his teacher. Then, Noah noticed the nearby park from the window and wondered how he had never before noticed that there was a baseball field in that park. As the hour hand of the classroom clock wound its way to the 3, and the minute hand reached the 6, Noah hurriedly scribbled down the day's homework assignments into his notebook. The teacher recapped the day's lessons before dismissing the class. Then, she said, "Noah, please stay after class for a few minutes so I can address an issue with you." Noah placed his pencil holder and his notebooks into his backpack, then zipped it closed. He was fully prepared to offer an apology for his daydreaming episode earlier during the day. However, he was surprised to discover that his teacher actually wanted to speak to him about an essay assignment that was due in 2 weeks. "Noah, you have been doing such a wonderful job with your spelling words, and have really been impressing me with your vocabulary assignments. I realize that this has not been the easiest year for you, since you recently moved to this area and had to leave your friends behind. But you will soon make new friends. Everything will work out. I just wanted to make sure that you devote special attention to this essay assignment that I am giving to the class. Any time that you have any questions or need any extra help, I am more than happy to help you with your assignments," his teacher explained warmly and genuinely. Noah nodded his head. Noah carried his backpack down the long school hallway. He thought about what his teacher had said to him, how impressed she was with his good grades, and how well he was doing in school. She told Noah he would soon make new friends. However, Noah really missed his old friends. He missed seeing them every day. Noah's parents promised that they could all go back and visit them over the summer months when school was out. It would not take very long, since they only lived about 2 hours away. Noah slowly opened the front door that led outside. His friends had already left and the last school bus was pulling away. He felt sad upon realizing that he would have to walk home alone without anyone to talk with. As he walked down the school's massive concrete steps and began to cross the street, he once again noticed the ballpark down over the hill behind the school. Noah had never played in this park before. His parents always took him and his sister to a different park at the other end of town. As he gazed dreamily at the park, his attention focused on 2 boys dressed in uniforms, tossing a baseball back and forth to each other. The 2 boys immediately noticed Noah, smiled broadly, and waved him over toward them. "Hey there!" the first boy shouted as he waved his arm in the air. "Come play baseball with us, we need another player." The second boy smiled and nodded. Noah knew that his parents would not be happy with him if he did not walk home immediately after school. His hesitancy left a lump in his throat. Yet, the boys' invitation to play baseball was too great of an invitation to pass up. Noah had always dreamed of being a baseball player, the whole 9 years of his life. Noah entered the park, placed his backpack on the lawn beneath a tall tree, and approached the boys. "Okay, first, do you know how to play baseball?" the first boy asked. Honestly, Noah had to admit that he had never played baseball before. Quickly, the 2 boys described to Noah how to pitch the ball, swing a bat, and run the bases. By the conclusion of their tutorial, all 3 boys seemed delighted and eager to begin their game. I hope you enjoyed this 15-page preview of Melissa's 52-page book, Baseball Dreams. To find out more about Noah's adventures and what upcoming surprise Noah's father has for him, and the surprise his teacher has for her entire class. You can find this book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle eBooks and Apple Books. Thank you for watching.